What would you do if you had a heart attack alone? Have you ever stopped to think, what would I do if I had a heart attack and no one was around to help? It's a scary thought, but one that's more common than most people realize. Many of us assume we'll have time or that someone will be nearby to call for help. But the truth is, the first few minutes are absolutely critical, and what you do or don't do during that time could make all the difference. The good news is, even if you live alone or spend a lot of time by yourself, you can survive a heart attack if you know how to respond quickly and calmly. In today's video, we'll walk you through 7 essential steps to take the moment a heart attack strikes, especially when you're all alone. These steps are simple, practical, and could save your life. You don't need medical training, you don't need fancy equipment. What you do need is a little preparation, and a clear head will break it all down for you. How to recognize the very first warning signs, what to take immediately and what to avoid, how to reduce the strain on your heart, and small but powerful actions you can take to buy yourself time to get help. And here's the thing, most people forget the final steps, which are often the most important. That's why we're asking you to stay with us until the end of the video. It could be the part that saves your life or the life of someone you love. Don't wait until it's too late to learn what your body may already be trying to tell you. Take a deep breath, stay with us, and let's walk through this together, step by step. Your heart and your life may depend on it. And 2, call emergency services immediately. If you ever feel the warning signs of a heart attack, the very first thing you must do, without hesitation, is call 911 or your local emergency number. Don't wait to see if it passes. Don't try to drive yourself. And don't brush it off, thinking you might be overreacting. Calling emergency services is the fastest and most effective way to stay alive. Heart attacks are not something to take lightly. Every minute matters. The longer your heart is deprived of oxygen, the more damage it can suffer. But the moment you call 911, trained professionals are already on their way with equipment, medication, and the expertise to keep your heart beating, even if it stops en route to the hospital. And here's something most people forget. If your symptoms suddenly get worse, something that often happens, you may not be able to help yourself. That's why trying to drive is one of the riskiest decisions you can make. You could lose consciousness, cause an accident, or delay life-saving care. Let help come to you. Let me share a story. Linda, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, felt a strange pain in her left shoulder, followed by nausea and cold sweats. She thought about calling her son, but then remembered what a nurse had once told her. If you're alone and think you might be having a heart attack, call 911 first. Talk to your family later. And that's exactly what she did. By the time paramedics arrived, her symptoms had worsened, but the emergency crew was ready. They stabilized her on the spot. That call saved her life. You don't need to be sure it's a heart attack to call for help. Dispatchers would rather be safe than sorry. It's better to get help and not need it than to heed help and not call. Keep your phone within reach, especially if you live alone. Learn where your phone's emergency call shortcut is. It could save your life. And if you're still watching, comment 2 below to let us know you're here and learning. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss these life-saving tips. Your support helps us keep sharing valuable content just for you. 3. Chew an aspirin slowly and stay calm. Once you've called 911, the next best thing you can do might be sitting right in your medicine cabinet, a simple aspirin. But don't just swallow it, chew it. And even if your hands are shaking, do it slowly and calmly. If you have a regular 325 milligram aspirin on hand, and you're not allergic or on a medication that makes it unsafe, this one small step can greatly improve your chances of surviving a heart attack. Here's why. Aspirin helps by thinning the blood, slowing down or even stopping the growth of the clot that may be blocking one of your coronary arteries, the cause of most heart attacks. Chewing the tablet allows it to enter your bloodstream faster than if you swallowed it whole. And studies show this can buy you precious minutes, sometimes just enough to keep your heart going until help arrives. Now, yes, it's best not to take aspirin on an empty stomach unless you have to. But during a heart attack, the risk of blood clot damage far outweighs the risk of stomach irritation. Also, avoid coated or time-release aspirin if possible. If it's all you have, chew it anyway. You need it to work fast. Let me give you an example. Joe, a 72-year-old grandfather from Florida, woke up one morning feeling tightness in his chest that crept up toward his jaw. He remembered the aspirin in his kitchen drawer. He chewed one, sat down, and waited for the paramedics. Later, his cardiologist told him that little pill may have saved your heart from permanent damage. Joe says now, that one moment changed everything. If you live alone, keep aspirin somewhere easy to reach, beside the bed, in a kitchen drawer, or even in your wallet. Check the expiration date and tell loved ones where it's kept in case they ever need to help you. This tiny action isn't just good advice. It's a proven emergency intervention that paramedics recommend around the world. In those critical first minutes of a heart attack, chewing an aspirin might mean the difference between going home or not getting there at all. Or sit or lie down to protect your heart. Once you've called for help and taken your aspirin, the next step might seem simple, but it's absolutely critical. Stop moving. Sit or lie down in the safest, most comfortable position you can manage. This is not the time to tidy up, unlock doors, or pace around. Unless it's an emergency, any physical activity puts extra strain on your heart, which is already struggling to get enough oxygen. Ideally, sit upright with your back supported, feet flat on the floor, and your arms relaxed. This position helps reduce your heart's workload as you wait for emergency services. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, lie on your side with your head slightly elevated, and please don't try to push through the discomfort. That mindset might have helped you in the past, but in this moment, it's a risk you can't afford to take. Some people feel awkward calling 9011 and then just sitting still. But make no mistake, sitting still is doing something. You're helping your heart stay stable, slowing your breathing, and conserving precious oxygen. Let me share a quick story. Alice, age 81 from North Carolina, felt a tight pressure creeping across her chest one afternoon. Her first instinct was to clean the kitchen and get herself ready, but then she remembered what a doctor once told her. If you think it's your heart, sit down. Everything else can wait. So she eased into her favorite recliner and stayed still. Later, her cardiologist told her that moment of calm may have prevented a full cardiac arrest. If you feel pressure in your chest, shortness of breath, or sudden dizziness, stop what you're doing. Sit or lie down immediately and move only if you absolutely must to get to a safer spot. Take slow, steady breaths and allow your body to do the one thing that matters most: survive. Here's one more tip people often miss. If you're on a chair without armrests, don't let yourself slide or slump down. Keep your spine supported and your airway clear. The more upright and relaxed your posture, the less work your heart has to do. And if you're still with us and learning, comment 4 below so we know you're here. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a life-saving tip. Your support helps us keep sharing helpful, hopeful content just for you. 5. Unlock the door for first responders. If you still have enough strength after calling for help and sitting down, one of the most helpful things you can do next is unlock your front door. It might seem like a small step, but in an emergency, every second counts, and a locked door can delay treatment when time matters most. Yes, paramedics are trained to break down doors if needed, but doing so takes time. It can cause damage to your home, startle you, or even lead to injury, especially if you're sitting near the entrance. By unlocking the door, you're clearing the path for them to get to you as quickly and safely as possible. Those extra 30 to 60 seconds might be exactly what your heart needs. If you live alone, especially in an apartment building or a gated community, think ahead before a crisis ever begins. Is your door easy to unlock from the inside? Is your apartment number clearly visible from the street or hallway? Do you have a spare key somewhere a trusted neighbor or family member can reach quickly? These little things seem unimportant until suddenly they matter more than anything. Take Paul, for example. He's 76 and lives in a quiet condo complex in Arizona. When he felt chest tightness and shortness of breath, he called 911, chewed an aspirin, and, because he remembered hearing this advice, unlocked his front door before sitting down. The EMTs told me that simple move saved them about 30 seconds, Paul recalls, and that might have been the 30 seconds I needed. Now, if walking to the door feels risky, don't push it. Stay seated, breathe slowly, and let the emergency team do their job. But if you're near the door and feel stable enough, unlocking it could be the safest thing you do all day. You might also want to consider a smart lock with remote access or a medical lockbox with a spare key, especially if you live alone or have mobility challenges. In moments like these, this small act sends a big message. You were ready, you took action, now it's their turn to take care of you. 6. Use speakerphone and set up medical ID on your phone. When you're alone and facing the early signs of a heart attack, your phone becomes more than just a way to call for help. It becomes your lifeline. And one of the smartest ways to use it in that moment is to switch to speakerphone. Why? Because when your body is under stress, even holding a phone to your ear can make it harder to breathe. Putting the call on speaker allows you to keep your hands free, focus on your breathing, and stay as calm as possible. It also helps the dispatcher hear you more clearly, especially if your voice weakens or you struggle to speak. They can even pick up background sounds, your breathing, movement, or tone of voice, all of which may help them better understand your condition. Even more importantly, every smartphone today has a built-in medical ID feature. On iPhones, it's accessible from the lock screen. Most Android phones have a similar emergency info section. It can display life-saving information, your age, medical conditions, allergies, medications, and emergency contacts. If you become unconscious before help arrives, this feature can speak for you when you can't. Take Susan, a 79-year-old from Michigan. She passed out just minutes before the paramedics arrived, but thanks to the medical ID on her phone, the emergency team immediately saw that she had diabetes and a penicillin allergy, helping them avoid medications that could have caused serious harm. They also contacted her daughter using the emergency number saved in her profile. Setting up medical ID takes less than 5 minutes and could one day make all the difference. Include your full name, date of birth, any major conditions, current medications, allergies, and at least one emergency contact. This feature isn't just for tech-savvy folks, it's for anyone who might one day need help when they can't speak for themselves. So if you feel those first warning signs, tightness in your chest, shortness of breath, put your phone on speaker. Stay connected. Trust the calm, steady voice on the other end. Their guidance can help you stay grounded, and if something happens before help arrives, your phone can still speak for you. If you're still watching and found this information helpful, comment 6 below to let us know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video that could one day save your life or someone you love. 7. Slow your breathing to help steady your heart. During a heart attack, it's easy to feel like panic is taking over. Your chest tightens, your thoughts spin, and every second feels heavier than the last. But even in that frightening moment, you still have one powerful tool at your disposal, your breath. And if you can use it well, it may help calm your body just enough to give your heart a fighting chance. Controlled breathing won't stop a heart attack, but it can help your body avoid slipping into full-blown shock while you wait for help. The more anxious you become, the faster your heart may race, but when you slow your breath, you send a signal to your nervous system to ease up, and often your heart will follow. You don't need any special training, just try this. Breathe in slowly through your nose for about 4 seconds, hold for a moment, then breathe out gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat, focusing only on the rhythm. This small act gives your mind and body something steady to hold on to, and in a moment of chaos, it can reduce the risk of your heart slipping into a dangerous rhythm triggered by stress. Let me share a real story. Frank, MT3 from Indiana, felt a crushing pain in his chest one afternoon. Fear hit him hard, but he remembered a simple breathing technique his doctor had once shown him. He focused on each inhale and exhale, stayed still, and let the panic pass. When paramedics arrived, his heart was unstable, but it hadn't stopped. I just kept thinking, stay calm, stay alive, he later said. You can practice this any time, while resting, watching TV, or even during a moment of anxiety. The more familiar it becomes, the more naturally your body will turn to it when it matters most. Breathing won't repair your arteries, but it buys you time. It keeps oxygen moving. It gives your heart a chance to hold on. So if this moment comes, stay still, breathe, survive. Prepare your mind before you ever need to act. If there's one powerful truth that connects all 7 of these life-saving steps, it's this. In a moment of crisis, your body may freeze, but your mind can lead the way. And the time to prepare it isn't when the pain hits your chest. It's now. A heart attack doesn't always feel like a Hollywood movie moment. There's rarely a dramatic fall or gasping for breath with someone rushing in to help. For many people, especially those over 60, it begins with a strange tightness in the chest, a wave of nausea, or an unexplained sense of anxiety. It creeps in quietly, and if you're alone, you are your first responder. That's why preparation isn't just about aspirin in the drawer or unlocking your front door. It's about mentally rehearsing these steps so if the worst ever happens, you don't waste a precious minute in confusion, fear, or denial. It's about turning knowledge into instinct. Let's face it, panic is a natural response. Your brain senses danger and floods your body with stress hormones. But here's the good news. You can train yourself, even now, to pause just for a second and choose action instead of panic. And that choice can change everything. You've already taken the first step by learning these 7 essential tips. Recognize the early warning signs. Call for help immediately. Chew an aspirin to improve blood flow. Sit or lie down to ease your heart's workload. Unlock the door so help can reach you fast. Use your phone's speaker and medical ID features. Breathe slowly and steadily to calm your system. But there's one more piece of the puzzle: believing you are worth saving. Too often, people, especially older adults, delay calling for help because they don't want to be a bother, or they feel embarrassed if it turns out to be nothing. But your life is never nothing. You are someone's spouse, parent, grandparent, friend, and even if you feel alone, you matter. So here's your final assignment. Have the conversation today. Tell your loved ones where you keep your aspirin, show them how to find your medical ID on your phone, practice breathing techniques together, make a plan. Not out of fear, but out of love. Because preparing for a heart attack doesn't mean you're expecting one. It means you value your life enough to be ready. And that kind of readiness is the best gift you can give to yourself and to the people who would miss you most. Thank you for watching. Let's keep the conversation going. We hope today's video gave you more than just information. We hope it gave you confidence. Because when it comes to your health, knowledge isn't just power, it's peace of mind. Whether you live alone or just want to be more prepared, these simple steps could one day make all the difference. But don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Please share this video with someone you love, a friend, a sibling, a neighbor. You never know who might need to hear it. A few minutes today could save a life tomorrow. And now, we'd love to hear from you. What stood out to you the most? Was there something new you learned? Or maybe a step you're now planning to add to your emergency routine? Scroll down and leave a comment. Your story might encourage someone else watching today. And we read every single one because this isn't just a video, it's a conversation and you're an important part of it. If you found this content helpful, please click the like button, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the tips and tools designed to help you live safer, stronger and more confidently every day. So grateful to have you here. Thank you for spending this time with us and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your heart, your health, and yourself.